what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. Because Tom Cruise needed us to trust him one last time, and I'm so glad I trusted him because the final reckoning was absolute cinema. And this really means something to me, man. Ethan Hunt got me ready to run through a brick wall just like him with the heinies. Let me tell you something. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is that me and you know what we gotta do. We gotta talk about it. Spoiler warning ahead, you have been warned. I mean, first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. But for real, I just had one question when I was watching this entire movie, and it's literally the same question I have watching every single Mission Impossible movie. I want to shake Tom Cruise's hand personally and just ask him.
How'd you do that?
Because no human should be able to do what this man does. This is the last action star in Hollywood. This is what a star is. He has his hands all over the production, doing all of his own stunts, leading the way as Ethan Hunt would. And going into the final reckoning, knowing that this was Tom Cruise's last hoorah as Ethan Hunt, had me so damn excited to see what we had in store. And then we got the early reviews coming in that were pretty much a mixed bag, calling it a big jumbled mess. And overall, the sentiment I heard was disappointing. And after watching the movie for myself, I'm happy to report that that was all a big pile of dog shit. I'm never taking any of those people's reviews seriously that don't think this is a great movie. And while I can understand some of the criticisms, especially with the first half of them basically treating it like a montage of all of Ethan Hunt's greatest hits, some of the editing choices there were probably my biggest critique for this movie, along with the exposition dumps. But listen, you don't get to the 8th movie in a franchise without having to explain to the audience what happened before. And this entire movie really was Mission Impossible Endgame. It's the culmination of 30 years of Mission Impossible. It's a film about Tom Cruise's life work. And for me, that just works. And at times it could come off as them playing the greatest hits. I mean, I can't tell you how many times they flashed back to the vault scene from the first movie. This franchise is the personification, the physical embodiment of Tom Cruise's career in Hollywood. And to me, no sequence says that better than the underwater sequence that literally took my breath away and Ethan Hunt's breath away. But there's something so beautiful and symbolic about Ethan Hunt in the fetal position in the most breathtaking sequence in this movie. It felt like he was being baptized and born again. And as we have Haley Atwell's Grace bringing him back to life, pumping air into his body, he breathes, breathing, striving as the last action star in Hollywood, trying to stay alive and breathing new life into this godforsaken cinematic landscape that we are in. He was born for this, born to inspire us to be more creative and not live our life in fear and take risks. And on top of that, think more critically and more empathetically. All of our missions, should we choose to accept them, are to be more hopeful, be kinder to one another, be the change that Ethan Hunt and Tom Cruise are fighting for. Don't ever let that go to waste. This is why we movies, people. This shit got real tears out of me because of the symbolism. I gotta pour one out for my dog, Luther. I'm gonna be listening to Kendrick Lamar and Scissors Luther just to honor him. Oh my God. No, Luther, don't go to the light. Stay with me, stay with me. But that's what he was born for. That speech at the end is just... All of the performances here are top notch. And by the way, this has to be the best hell yeah group of actors that I've seen in a really long time. It was staggering the amount of actors I saw pop up on the screen, and I was just fist bumping the air like, hell yeah. Tramell Tillman, Shea Wiggum, Hope McCallany, Nick Offerman, Hannah Waddingham, Charles Parnell, Stephen O. Young, Katie O'Brien. The list goes on and on, but when Angela Bassett walks into the room, you shut the fuck up, sit down, and listen. Queen here now. Queen here now. That's what we call presence. But outside of all of that, man, this is just a damn great film. A beautiful ending to a beautiful franchise that I hold near and dear to my heart. Some of the best action movies ever. Definitely on the Western side of things. And I'm just happy that Tom Cruise loves movies, loves film, loves cinema, and he's just trying to keep it alive. If this really is the end, don't be sad it's over. Just be happy it happened. But I don't want to trust you one last time. Let's do it a couple more times, please. But now we just got to wait and see if the general audience responds to these kind of movies, because I don't think they understand the sheer magnitude of what we're witnessing on the big screen. Oh yeah, I didn't even get to talk about the actual aspect ratios of this. Watch this in IMAX. Every single time the aspect ratios changed for those big sequences, my eyes were shooting from corner to corner like a DVD pause screen. I was just sucking everything in. They're all seared into my brain now. Oh my God, those sequences were incredible. Some might even say impossible. But yeah, outside of that, I would say the weakest aspects of this movie are definitely the exposition, the dialogue. The storyline really is not something crazy we ain't seen before. And like I mentioned again, the editing choices are kind of weird. And with the cast this stacked, some actors get the short end of the stick. But I really love the crew that Ethan has assembled in this movie. Love Greg Tarzan Davis. What can I say about Simon Pegg that hasn't been said before? I love that man. Palm Clementieff. If I speak, I'll be in big trouble. Hey man, I'm not gonna hold you. In that scene when Haley Atwell's Grace was pumping life back into Ethan Hunt, it was very emotional, but like I was also very distracted for two very obvious reasons. Hey, side note, can we just make Grace and Ethan a thing? Can we just make that canon? After watching Dead Reckoning Part 1, I was like, I'm telling my kids this is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That buggy scene, the chemistry is palpable. Oh yeah, pretty generic villain too. But I also love how this movie is sending a message about how they hate AI, artificial intelligence. That shit is not creative. It is whack. There is no cutting corners. There is no easy way out. Just fucking work hard. Hey, also, real quick, shout out to my AMC for actually giving us free posters. I thought I wasn't going to get one. I was ready to say what happened to the game I loved. I made sure my poster got home nice and safe. Don't worry, Daddy's got you, my precious. But all in all, I ended up giving Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning 4 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. By the way, follow me there if you want more in-depth reviews, because while I might act like a dumbass on here, it's all just good fun. I'm actually a pretty intellectual individual. I'm really like if your intrusive thoughts just had no filter. So if you want more of my chaotic thoughts, follow me there. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Are you going to be checking out Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning this weekend? And if you've already seen it, let me know down below. But guess what? This message will now self-destruct in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.